Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Birdie and this is Clown Cows. This is all strictly speculative, but I wanted to chit chat a bit about what it might look like when Rosee and Lee, aka Remy, inevitably split. I'm basing my opinions on how Rosee currently behaves and the way she has a history of behaving. I've noticed lately that Rosee has been very irritable. She's had a horrible attitude. And I'm not sure if the disastrous duo are perhaps arguing, but I do know that Rosee is sleeping most of the day again and staying up all night shoving face. It's just a hallmark of being one of the girls. But anyway, Rosie's looking especially greasy lately, and I personally attribute that to her pool being broken. And I've always suspected that she'd been using that chlorinated pool kind of like a bathtub. Maybe that's why the pH was off in the first place, who knows? But she's looking even worse than usual, and I thought that was very interesting. So there could be some trouble in paradise. She was recently, just this morning actually, and I am recording this on August 9th for the record. But Rosee told her audience today that Lee will not be in many of her upcoming videos. He's going to be laying low for her upcoming content. And she said it's because her boyfriend is in a current class in college, and then he is going straight into the fall semester. So he's just going to be really busy. It's just the way that she said it, though. I don't know. It got me to thinking, is she jealous, perhaps, of the amount of time that he dedicates to his schooling, his education? Or is he maybe not putting the school off to the side? You know, Rosee always wants to be first in any situation. She always thinks that she's the star of the show, and it doesn't matter what the circumstances or situation is. So maybe she's just in this bad mood because she expected him to still make the time for her on her schedule, of course, and then do his schoolwork after the fact. I don't know. I was just thinking about that. But I bet he's absolutely sick of her and just using school maybe as his scapegoat to avoid her. It's at least a possibility. I mean, my gosh, imagine having Rosee constantly calling and harassing and smacking and chewing into the camera like what she does when he's chatting, face chatting with her. And we don't have to actually imagine it because, of course, we see it all the time. Many times she uploads video. But my point is that Lee has got to hear her gripe and complain even more than we do. And that will eventually wear on someone. And I don't think he's the type of personality to just say something to her, tell her to stop, just to shut up, or to walk away. I don't think he would. I think in a lot of ways he's kind of stuck. So it was obvious that he was sick of her treatment of him when he was in Florida. And she was talking about how when he was there that they were trying to work out how things were going to be moving forward. And people were questioning, wow, are they about to be moving in together? Is she going to be moving to Texas or is Lee going to be moving to Florida? Because anything could happen. But I think if they do decide to cohabitate, that's going to be even better. Because when they do split up, and it's a matter of when, not if, she's going to flip the script. I predict Rosee will do what she has always done. And when that moment comes when they are officially broken up, she will be Lee's new victim, just like she was the victim of her parents, like she was the church's victim, the victim when she chose to partake in feed, the victim when the man she accused of SA that she agreed to meet for the purpose of sex and so on ended up having sex with her. Yeah, she victimized herself in that situation as well. She will undoubtedly come out of this relationship when the time comes. She will be the victim of it all. And I think when it does happen, she's probably going to do what she's always done and just drop these little breadcrumbs to keep people interested. But she'll drop these itty bitty tiny pieces of, well, he mistreated me, or he was lazy, or maybe it'll be that his enabling personality was detrimental to her, that it all just triggered her. It's going to be something, though. I'm curious how long they're going to last, too, because don't forget, Lee and Rosee have both cheated before. Lee was with his boyfriend when he saw Rosee on a podcast and reached out to her. And according to a post that Lee had made at that time, he was madly in love with his partner before he reached out to Rosee. So I really don't care if he's telling her the same stuff that he's madly in love with her or not, because I am a firm believer of the phrase, if someone will cheat with you, that person will cheat on you. It's just how it goes. And Rosee cheated on her last long term boyfriend when she met up with a man she accused of SA for the purpose of doing sex work with him. So they're both cheaters, so who knows what's going to actually happen. But I personally think it's just a matter of time before Lee makes another friend elsewhere, just like Rosee was made his friend when he had that previous partner. Now, if Lee does break up with Rosee, and no, they're not broken up yet, this again is speculation, but trust me, it is on the horizon. This is going to happen. But based on the behavior that he had around her in Florida, plus her attitude becoming more erratic and short tempered, I really think that it's getting very close before she either tells us that those two are going to take a break, or she says something about how he's not going to be in the background, doing these little voiceovers with her on the phone calls anymore. Or he may not tell Rosee anything except he needs a little bit of a mental health break. He may even say that some of the comments on her live streams or videos were just getting to him, something like that, and so he needs a little bit of a break. But he's going to have to get creative when he does take a break and just kind of takes a step back from Rosee, because she is a very loud, very in your face type of aggressive personality. I can tell that. That's my opinion at least, but I can tell that from her videos and the way she talks to her parents, the way she talks to her brother, even the way she talks to her audience members that have done an ungodly amount for her. These are people in her audience that have gifted her so many things, sent her so many well wishes, dedicated so much of their time and attention to her. She will still snap at them. So I'm sure she's aggressive in real life as well. And I can't imagine what Lee has already experienced with her. But I'm going to tell you this, when they do break up, I'm going to say it, y'all. I'm going to love it. I am going to laugh so hard because it couldn't happen to a better person than Rosee. I think Rosee deserves to be on her own. I think she needs to stand on her own 2 feet for once and have to fend for herself, have to take care of herself, have to take on adult responsibilities for once. She is middle aged. She needs to grow up. And the only thing that Lee is, again, my opinion, is her butler, her servant, her maid. That's all she has him around for, is because of what he does for her. And I don't think it's fair. I actually do hope that they move in together, though, and I hope that it happens here soon, because I believe the closer they get to one another, the worse Rosee is going to wear on his last nerve, and the bigger the blowout is going to be when it happens. And I love it when trolls tell Rosee that she and Lee look so good together, or that it's obvious that he is crazy about her, because none of that is true. I mean, he might be crazy because of her, but he is not crazy about her. I believe he's getting sick of her. I think for any relationship that Roz finds herself in, it'll always be the same thing. In the beginning, whether it's a friendship or intimate relationship, for a lonely person or someone who has low self esteem, Rosee may seem like a comfort or even an escape. I think at first people look at her, they hear her speak, or they see how she acts, and they might think that she's safe because it's not like she's got herself together, or like she's attractive, well spoken, educated, or has standards that she meets for others. So she might just seem like she's someone who's constantly there and just a safe space. I think people who are searching or on a personal journey could possibly run across her and think that she's like them. And yeah, maybe even find some freedom or comfort with her initially. But it doesn't seem to take Rosee very long before she starts demanding things. And by things, I mean everything. From people switching up their entire lifestyle to appease her. eating the crap food that she cooks and expects others to love, and even the way Rosee has expectations of others, while again having zero discernible standards that anyone could say, okay, she checks that off. She's never going to be able to maintain any relationship for any length of time because her true colors come out too quickly. Just look at it. She'd been dating Lee for less than 6 months before she turned him into her butler, her maid, her chauffeur, her lawn service provider, and her verbal punching bag. I don't think she's a very nice person, and she does not take considerations for others into account. Of course, I don't know when the big split's going to go down, if it'll be Rosee cheating again or Lee cheating again or what's going to happen, but I do believe that it is inevitable, and I am certain that she's going to play the victim in one way or another when it happens. What do you all think, though? How long do you predict this relationship between Rosee and Lee are going to last? And what do you anticipate Rosee saying to the audience when it's all over? Is she just going to start blaming him and claiming victimhood? Or might she even hold off on telling people just to keep the uncomfortable questions and laughter to a minimum? I'm excited about it, but tell me all what you think could be on the horizon. If you're new, I'm Birdie, and I thank you so much for watching. If you need to reach me, just send me an email. I'll be around. Be safe, be loved, be kind, and I'll see you right here next time. Bye for now.